talks of the Baniya community, one has to be very sure that whether one is talking of the Vaishnavite Baniyas or the Jain Baniyas. So this brings in automatically also role of the Jain community, which, as I earlier said, primarily they were traders. So Jains had a strong sway in this region of the whole of the northern regions from Rajasthan till Gujarat, and Jain were certainly an important integral part of the economy and the commercial life, as not only as the leading money lenders and financiers, because there had been many instances where Jains had been financiers of the Mughal emperors, as well as prior to that, even during the time of the Sultanate period. Like for example, under Alauddin Khalji, you have Thakkar Perumal, who was his mint master, who happened to be a Jain.
The Jain community in particular finds mention in the accounts of European merchants and travelers, talking in great details about the variety of commodities dealt by them, their command over liquidity, and the knowledge of banking operations.
I would like to take you to the region of medieval Gujarat, because primarily it's from there that that being a port city, so it had a lot of commerce transactions taking place. Yes, we do have references, like for example, one of the greatest medieval traders or the princes of the commerce. You have Virji Vora. You find his name occurring repeatedly n number of times in the European sources. Apart from it, you have Shantidas Johari, who was a denizen of Ahmedabad, but played a leading role. And certainly these people had a commanding role, not only in the terms of the commerce, but also these people provided leadership to their community.
Furthermore, studying the trade expeditions undertaken by the European merchants, one comes across an almost pan-Indian character of the economic activities of the Jain community, from regions of upper northern plains to Sindh, Kerala, and even Coromandel coast.
The Jains specialized, not specifically it was that community only, but yes, many of its traders were actually engaged in the business of what you call of the precious stones. Fine, the whole region, like if you see the region of Gujarat, fine, they were engaged in that particular profession. So we do find that some trades were specific to certain communities.
Jains, along with Marwari, formed an extremely wealthy trading community. A lot of them spend a large sum of monies in community work, especially in the building and maintenance of temples. These temples, from Gujarat to Rajasthan to Delhi, gives a glimpse of the scale of influence and wealth these communities, and especially Jains, commanded across the kingdoms.
We do find the existence of the Jain Chaityalayas, that is the small worship house or the temples, but majority of the temples that comes around, they are basically either due to the individual effort of some particular affluent Jain magnate, trading magnate, or primarily some group of the Jain merchants who were basically behind the construction of those temples.
Prominent Jain colonies and temples go back to pre-Sultanate era. Traces of Jain installations and temples could be found in Mehroli's Qutub complex. Today, it stands as a telling statement of influence drawn by the Jain community.
The rich Vaishyas and Jains stored their wealth and made Jain temples, which served as hospitals, hospice, educational institutions, repositories of culture. They also financed the rulers in Rajasthan in times of need. Similarly, the great Seths in Delhi financed the kings and emperors at times of their need.
The community was also at the forefront of their craft when the city of Shahjahanabad was founded by the Mughals in 17th century. Lal Mandir, a locality of Dharampura and string of Digambar and Shwetambar sect Jain temples, have preserved the old culture and identity.
You have the Lal Mandir, which is also known as the Urdu Mandir.